para, the topic for discussion, deliberation, and internalization is Sthabda Yoga. What is Sthabda Yoga, which is also called as Sthabda Kriya? What is Sthabda? Sthabda, a Sanskrit word, is stillness. Sthabda also is called as a paralytic condition, paralyzed. Sthabda means frozen. Transliteration of the word Sanskrit word Sthabda. So what is Sthabda Kriya? Sthabda Kriya is restricted to the physical body. I want to narrate a hypothesis. Hypothesis, we know, is a theory of possibilities. And these are things which are subjected to debates. Authenticity cannot be ascertained, but strong possibility cannot be ruled out either. So I want to narrate a story of Jesus Christ. Christ has few years of his life, which is called as unknown years of Christ. Unknown years of Christ is mentioned in every of the Christian literature. Now, the hypothesis goes this way. It was told to me by one of the yogis of a highest stature in the Himalayas. So when during the course of unknown years of Christ, Christ travels from Jerusalem to India all along the desert, because when he was born, it is also said that three wise men from the east came and met him, blessed him, or took blessings from him, and prophesied that it is not an ordinary child, which we know is not. So Christ comes to India. When he comes to India, first he reaches a place which today we call it as Nasik in Maharashtra, right? Then the descendants of Shalivahana, the king Shalivahana, today also we call it as Shalivahana Shakha. Those Shalivahana family is called as Salves today, Salve in Maharashtra. So Shalivahana's Rajaguru advises Christ to go to Himalayas. And accordingly, Christ travels through all these plains and reaches Himalayas, and he goes to Dwarahat. From Dwarahat, he goes to Kukuchina. From Kukuchina, he goes and meets Mahavatar Babaji. Mahavatar Babaji is his meditative cave. Last year, fortunately, some of we, the Avadhutas, had the good fortune of going to Mahavatar Babaji's cave, meditation cave. So from Mahavatar Babaji's cave, further up, there is a place called Pandav Khola. So Mahavatar Babaji welcomes Christ, and along with him, he takes him further up to Pandav Khola. There is a council of all the sadhus, highly evolved masters of the universe. Amongst them sits Christ. So, guiding the world towards peace, guiding the world towards harmony, how to do this. So, all these discussions and deliberations happen. During that process, Mahavatar Babaji did not teach anything or put any of the spiritual, practices to Jesus Christ and taught him and do this or don't do this. Babaji just imparted everything to Christ. Just with his look, everything was absorbed by Jesus Christ, Yeshua. So after all these things are done, it is believed and it is said that one technique Babaji calls Krista, Yesu, Jesus, and tells, this one technique you have to learn it from me. Rest everything is imparted. This one technique you have to learn from me. And there is a conversation when Christ says that, what is this? He says you have to freeze your body. You have to bring your body to stillness, wherein everybody will perceive it to be the death of the body. Body is dead. I mean, the person is dead and body is frozen. That is the state you have to bring the body to. This is something which you have to learn, and you have to learn it from me in as a practice. You have to practice with me and learn. Christ apparently says that if that is so, you have imparted everything to me. Why can't you impart this also? Babaji smiles and says, you will not understand it now. You just learn this. And you will you will know the necessity of this at the right time. And that technique is what Babaji calls it as Sthabda Yoga, Sthabda Kriya, right? So that entire Sthabda Kriya was personally taught, not just imparted, taught by Mahaavatar Babaji to Jesus Christ. Now, come back, I mean, fast forward by about 30 years or so. Christ is crucified. He is spreading the gospel of Christ, doctrine of Christianity, everything is talking about the truth. Man is no God, God is man. So everything he's saying, peace, forgiveness, everything is teaching, and he is the most popular Messiah, and the king or the administration has to crucify him. So in order to look down upon his stature, they crucify him along with many other thieves and, robbers, thieves and dacoits and all those people. Along with them, Christ was also crucified. It was not that popular. So when he is crucified, then he is nailed to the cross and it is kept up. That is when Babaji's prophecy comes to Christ and he performs Sthabda Kriya. This is a story. I mean, this is the itihasa, not a story, a history. How true it is, how imaginative it is anybody's guess. But let us stick to this Kriya called Sthabda Kriya. Sthabda Kriya is a Kriya where you freeze the body, not freeze in literal sense where it goes into a cold, condition. Body temperature drops. Yes, it does. So how the Sthabda Kriya is done? First, the senses are consciously removed from the entity. The taste, the hearing, the vision, the smell, and the touch. All these pancha indriyas are taken out by the yogi. Then his breathing starts getting regulated. There is the gap between each breath gets elongated, gets larger and larger. One breath, inhale, hold, and exhale and hold. Then breathing normally. The technique gets enhanced and enhanced and enhanced. So the breath starts getting reduced. Number of breaths each minute starts getting reduced. As a consequence of it, the entire circulation of everything within the body will also start slowing down. The pulse will start going low. 100 plus 110 or something per minute beats per minute of your heart, it starts dropping to 70, 72, which is normal, and then starts coming down to 60, 50, 40, and everything comes to one beat a minute. Finally, one beat every 2 hours. I mean, an hour, then 2 hours and 6 hours. That's how they bring down the heartbeat to that level. When the pumping of the blood is just barely to keep the body alive, just one beat, an hour. When they bring it down to that level, all the symptoms of death is felt because the senses are not there. The pain has gone, physical pain has gone. They've removed all the senses, the touch, the feel, the taste, the smell, the vision, the hearing, everything is gone. Indriyas are removed consciously. The soul is in the body, the conscious is in the body. It has not liberated. But the conscious is bringing down all the activities of the body, physical self. At that point of time, it is felt between the two heartbeats what the period that the body remains is in the limbo, that is sthabda. Sthabda means stillness. Just one heartbeat, let's say, let me know. After an hour, another. So this is the way the heartbeat is regulated. Between these two beats, the body and the whole entity is literally frozen, is still, sthabda. That is sthabda kriya. So that sthabda kriya, which was imparted by Mahavatar Babaji to the world, is performed by many. Many do that. Many masters do that. So consciously, they bring down the beats, heartbeats, and they bring it to that state where the whole body is felt as if there is no life in it anymore. Now, Christ, if you see, and the main thing about Sthabda Kriya, you please understand how two things, it is technique. This is a technique of Sthabda Kriya, main technique of Sthabda Kriya, which I'll just share it with you. Inhale and hold. Breathing happens within. The air which is inside is circulating within. So when it is circulating within, you don't have to breathe outside. Like, you don't have to inhale and exhale. So if you see Christ's crucified body, I mean, his strand, you see the ribs and everything, even in the depictions, is just inhaled and it is broader. This is possibly my imagination also, but looking at it, it looked, the paintings, it looked very, it looked like he had performed the Sthabda Yoga, Sthabda Kriya, even in the paintings and the carvings. So inhalation of the air and holding it, no exhalation. Exhalation happens only after when they come back to the normal self. So Christ inhales, he performs the Sthabda Kriya on his day of crucifixion, and assuming that he is dead, his body is brought down from the cross, handed over to his followers. They take him to the cave where he was kept, his body was kept, and they put a shawl around him, considering that he is thinking that he is dead. They put a shroud on his whole body from head to toe. And after 3 days, Christ comes back to life, which is called as resurrection, crucifixion to resurrection. And the even today that shroud of Christ is still there in a place called Turin in France, which is France or Italy, I'm not sure. It is called Shroud of Turin or Shawl of Turin, where the Christ's image has come as as imprinted on that shawl. They have still kept it, right? Anyway, so that is the story of Sthabda Kriya or Sthabda Yoga. It can be learned even by us. It can be performed by us. There is no restriction. Is it easy? No way. Is it very difficult? Not very. We can do it, right? So this is all about Sthabda Kriya and Sthabda Yoga. Thank you very much. Sai Ram.